Hey guys, it's Allison. So today's video is going to be another buddy read. And as you guys can see from the title, I am buddy reading with Natasha again. If you guys don't know who Natasha is, I buddy read with her in one of my previous videos. I'll link that down below and up below as well. We read The Woman by Kristin Hannah. And I'm super excited to be reading Our Missing Hearts by Celeste now. And I was the one to choose this book. Not gonna lie, we chose another book and then I DNF'd it and Natasha never read it. So yeah, we are not gonna mention that book at all, even though I just did. But this is a fiction book, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about it. So I'm gonna be rating it a 4 stars. And hopefully this is going to be a 5-star read because I know Natasha loved Little Fires Everywhere. So I'm super excited to be reading this one. But I really don't know the basis of this book that much. So I'm super excited to be reading this. So we are going to get straight into the video. But first, without further ado, we are going to be introducing Natasha.
Hi guys, it's Natasha again. Last time me and Allison had so much fun buddy reading that we decided to do it again. And as you guys know, we're gonna be reading Our Missing Hearts by Celeste. So I'm so excited about this book. I recently finished Little Fires Everywhere by her and I loved it. To this day, I'm still thinking about this book. So I'm really looking forward to reading what this book is all about. I have not read the synopsis, so I'm going in completely blind. And my prediction is that I'm gonna rate this book 4.75 stars. I think it's going to be a highly rated book because I already love Celeste Ng's writing. So I'm so excited to read this book with you, Allison, and can't wait to hear what you think.
What we usually do is we text each other updates on what we think about the book. So we're going to be texting each other every like 50 pages or so and let each other know how we feel about the book and everything. And then we'll be putting the text messages on the side and also talking about what we both think as well. At the end, we're gonna give our real rating and our entire review about the book, or like how we felt about the book and our thoughts. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Comment down below any videos you want me to do next. Subscribe down below if you're new to my channel and turn on post notifications to get an update every time I post a new video. And let's get started. I look a mess right now, but I just got to page 50 and I just wonder where Sadie and her parents went. I wonder where Bird's mom went, and I wonder why the dad don't want to talk about it. I know it's like a taboo subject to talk about what's happening, but it's like crazy. And then I love how he described the library. He described the library as like a castle. And also it's like, it's so interesting because there's books like that they don't read anymore. There's stuff that is not shown. They're not shown things that could possibly become a riot or something like that. So interesting so far. Dialogue is interesting because there's no quotations with the dialogue. So you don't know where the dialogue is in the book. It just says, blah, 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 Sadie said, or whatever. But it doesn't have any quotation marks, which is interesting. But yeah, let's keep on reading. So I just read 64 and 65, and that incident was crazy. Like the way the pizza guy treated the old man, excuse me, like that was rude. So far me and Natasha both don't like that there's no quotation marks. Like I said, she texted me and told me like she's not a fan of that, but she loves her metaphors. I'm putting the text messages on the side, and we both like it so far. We're seeing the foundation of the story. I'm a little bit ahead of her. I'm past 100 at this point, and I think she's... Excuse me. And I think she's around 50 probably. So we'll see how this goes. You see how she is when I record? video, Natasha says, is getting really intriguing. I'm like very nervous for this boy, because if you have read the book, he went off by himself somewhere and without his father knowing, and I'm so nervous for him because right now he's discovering something, but I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, what's he gonna discover? Like, is he gonna discover what he really wants, or like what? Because we're not even halfway through the book, I don't even think. So let's see what happens. So from like 155 to 205, it is just the whole background of this whole story basically. But I feel like it's too long, like 50 some pages of all of that, and that's literally just one chapter of stuff. Like, I felt like it was too long. I don't know. Let's see how Natasha feels about that one. But I don't know, I feel like it was too long, but I like the descriptions and stuff like that in the book, and it makes you like nervous for the people, and like it's so scary to think about all those stuff. So let's talk about this book. I finished the book last night around like 3:30 in the night, almost midnight. I needed to finish it because I had like 30 pages to go, and then I started watching a movie, and I finished that movie, and I was like, let me finish this book too, because I do want to finish it. I rated it 4.5 stars out of 5, and I'll tell you guys why in a second. But my first thoughts is that I have no thoughts at all. This was a really good book, don't get me wrong, but I don't know how I feel about it. But it was a dystopian tale, and it was set in the future. It's about financial and political stuff in the book, and the government had made like a treaty or something of a thing called pact, but for some reason it was against Asian Americans. I don't know why. Like, the treaty was just to have everyone equal, but somehow people blamed it on Asian Americans or like Chinese, like China, of whatever was going on between them. There was a lot of racism in the book that you saw, which was upsetting and sad. There was 3 parts to the story. The first part was the longing for his mother. He knew that she was part of this thing to help people, because also for some reason kids were taken out of families and they were taken to another family. They were just taking people out of what they knew into something else. That was just a whole nother thing. Second was the backstory of like where his mother was. Third is the conclusion of the story of what happened at the end. I understood, like, it made sense what happened at the end, but there was still like a little bit of what happened in a way for me. If you read it, I think you would know what I'm talking about. It was a lot, but I have no thoughts too. Like, it's so weird. Also, what threw me off with the book was the no quotations while the characters were speaking to each other. That was kind of like weird to me. It was different and I understood, but I feel like it was really different in that aspect. And then also long chapters really got me. Like, I was just like, when am I gonna finish with this chapter kind of thing, because I would want to end the chapter and then close the book. It's a really different book. Yeah, let's see what Natasha thinks.
What's up guys, it's Natasha again, and I'm here to tell you what I thought about Our Missing Hearts. So I'm sure you saw mine and Allison's text thread, but honestly, I wasn't a big fan of this book. I absolutely loved her previous book, Little Fires Everywhere. That was almost a 5-star read. This one unfortunately fell a little bit flat for me. There was just one slow burn plot, and there were minor mysteries attached to the one plot, but because it was just one grand reveal at the end, it didn't feel as fast-paced or entertaining as her previous book. That being said, once the main reveal happened, the book ended. There was no wraparound moment where we knew what the characters were doing, what happened to the main character, the overall end to the main conflict in the story. None of that happened, and I believe it's because the author wanted us to feel like it was real and that we were living it, because she took the story from real historical and fictional events. So all that being said, I think that the ending, if it was more put together and there were more details at the end and we got to see what happens to all the cast of characters rather than it being ambiguous, like open-ended, I would have liked it much more. It felt like the book was finished at 75%, even though she did that on purpose. Like I said, she did have lyrical writing. Some lines were absolutely stunning. They were beautiful. They really tug at your heartstrings. I'm gonna rate this book 4 stars. It was definitely a good read. Her writing is exceptional, but like I said, I just can't get over the fact that it feels unfinished. Allison, thanks for having me, and I'll see you guys. Peace.
So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.